What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Sunday, November 17th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 1400 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in this afternoon. So, in case you weren't following the live stream last night, Russia launched the largest missile attack on Ukraine of the war. They had 23 bombers airborne, as many as 8 MiG-31Ks, 4 warships in the Black Sea, and then on top of that, they were launching drones and Iskander ballistic missiles. Now, officially, Ukraine is saying that Russia launched like 140 or actually 120 missiles, and that their air defense took down 140 air targets. I think the real number is much higher. I think Ukraine is downplaying the missile attacks for various reasons now, but 23 bombers airborne last night, guys. That is absolutely insane. 8 MiG-31Ks, which launched the Kinzhal hypersonic missile, and then 4 warships in the Black Sea. And it looks like Russia was targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. But the major breaking news, in addition to that, is that Biden is now allowing Ukraine to strike Russia with long-range missiles. This is being reported by the New York Times. You can see the headline right here, posted today. Says, with 2 months left in office, the president, for the first time, authorized the Ukrainian military to use the system known as ATACMS to help defend its forces in the Kursk region of Russia. So this is absolutely insane, guys. ATACMS have a range of, I think, 200 miles. So Ukraine is now going to be able to strike 200 miles into Russia with these missiles, okay, on the HIMARS launchers. They can load 1 ATACMS on every HIMARS launcher. This is very, very serious, guys. We are literally allowing Ukraine to use our missiles to strike Russian territory and to hold Russian territory, okay? The Ukrainians are holding the Kursk region of Russia. Okay, they invaded Russia and they're holding this one piece of Russia now. And so now we're going to give Ukraine these missiles so they can keep holding that territory. Okay, that would be like if Mexico invaded Arizona and then Russia started giving Mexico missiles so that Mexico could continue to hold Arizona as we try to kick the Mexican military out of Arizona. Okay, that is very, very serious, guys. I knew this was going to happen right before Biden was going to leave office, and this could potentially escalate into a world war because of this, and we may not even see Trump's inauguration. We'll have to wait and see. And last night, during this missile strike, we had some very interesting radio communications with U.S. nuclear forces. So there was one ground station using the call sign Syracuse, and when they use the call sign Syracuse, it means that they're under active combat duty or active combat alert, which means that potentially our military could have been at DEFCON 2 last night, okay? And I was able to record one of these emergency action messages where the ground station was using the call sign Syracuse. Now, an emergency action message is a nuclear attack option. It's targeting information that's given to our nuclear forces here in the U.S. It's continuously updated, so they have to regularly send out these messages, which are just alphanumeric messages. And when ground stations usually communicate on the nuclear war frequencies, they usually state their geographic location. So this particular one was Andrews Air Force Base. So when they're communicating, they'll usually say like Andrews, or if they're from Sigonella, they'll say Sigonella. But when they use call signs, specifically this call sign Syracuse, it means that they're under active combat alert, and they don't want to give away their physical location if the enemy is listening, so they use these call signs. Okay, so this means that we were on potentially DEFCON 2 level of alert last night during this missile attack on Ukraine, the largest missile attack on Ukraine since the war started. Okay, and Ukraine is downplaying it. Europe is downplaying it because they don't want the people in Europe to panic and make it look like all these weapons they're giving to Ukraine are ineffective, so they're downplaying the situation, okay? But there's absolutely no way that 23 Russian bombers plus 8 MiG-31s plus 4 warships in the Black Sea could only launch 120 missiles. That makes zero sense, okay? But let me just play a little clip of this emergency action message from last night during this whole chaos in Ukraine.
Mike, Lima, Oscar, 3, Romeo, Golf, Hotel. This is Syracuse, out.
So you hear how he said, this is Syracuse, out?
Golf, Hotel. This is Syracuse, out.
And 2 Russian missiles crossed Moldova's airspace this morning. The Moldovan authorities confirmed it, and they condemned the violation. So 2 Russian missiles flew over Moldova, guys. And this afternoon, we have 2 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air over the United States, which is actually unusual for a Sunday. We have one off the coast of California, probably getting ready to communicate with some of our Ohio-class subs. And then we have one over the Midwest. So our nuclear forces are on high alert. And also last night, there were a lot of encrypted data streams being sent out over the radio frequencies. So most of them were NATO countries that were sending out encrypted data over the radios. So that's also very concerning. And the IAEA, that's the UN nuclear watchdog, said that Ukraine operating nuclear power plants at reduced electricity production as a precaution this morning following the widespread Russian attack across the country that targeted its energy infrastructure is putting nuclear safety and security under further pressure. Okay, so the UN nuclear agency is concerned that these nuclear power plants in Ukraine has like half a dozen of them. They have a lot of them. And the fact that Ukraine has to reduce their electricity supplies and that Russia is targeting the electricity supplies could put these nuclear power plants at risk of melting down, okay? Because they're not going to have enough electricity to power the plants, to keep the nuclear fuel rods cool. And Zelensky said this morning that a massive combined strike on all regions of Ukraine occurred during the night, and this morning Russian terrorists used drones of various types, including Shaheds, cruise ballistic and aeroballistic missiles, Zircon, Iskander, and Kinzhal. In total, about 120 missiles and 90 drones. Our air defense forces destroyed more than 140 air targets. The target was our energy infrastructure throughout Ukraine, and we know for sure that Ukraine intercepted 1 Zircon hypersonic missile. Russia launched 2 of them at the capital, and we also know that U.S. and German Patriot missiles that were supplied to Ukraine reportedly engaged and destroyed several Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missiles over Kyiv, the capital. There was also a transformer in the Ukrainian Carpathians near the town of Mukachevo that was hit by a Russian missile, and apparently this transformer is a power hub for transmission lines that connect Ukraine to Romania, Slovakia, and Hungary. So potentially Russia affecting all those other countries now by hitting that transformer hub. And also last night, Poland scrambled their fighter jets, and the Polish Air Force said that they were on maximum alert And also there were allied fighter jets from Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Hungary that were helping Poland to patrol their airspace, okay, because there's already been several Russian missiles that flew into Poland. And also we had two U.S. military VIP planes land near Copenhagen last night during this missile attack, which happens to be the NATO headquarters of the Multinational Division North. So two U.S. military VIP planes going to the NATO Multinational Division North headquarters. And then on Friday evening, we had three U.S. military VIP planes go to NORAD and Offutt Air Base. Okay, so something is going on. And Ukrainian drones targeted a plant in Russia about 1,000 miles away from the Ukrainian border that produces missiles for Russian air defense systems. This was yesterday. And we have unconfirmed reports that the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah Khamenei, is either in a coma or dead. So far, we don't have any confirmed information other than what H.R. McMaster said. If you remember, H.R. McMaster was Trump's first national security advisor, and he's a veteran of the Gulf War, combat veteran. And he's obviously very knowledgeable with intelligence, and he's got a lot of contacts. So he's saying that the Ayatollah Khamenei fell into a coma, and Khamenei is 85 years old. So, he's not young. It's definitely possible. And the Iranian foreign minister said yesterday that Iran may make changes to their nuclear program that no one will like. So that's very concerning, guys. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing these random earthquakes in Iran, and their seismographs look just like the North Korean nuclear tests. Okay, normally a seismograph for a natural earthquake will show a gradual increase in intensity on the seismograph, sort of like a crescendo. But with a nuclear test, you have like this random spike when the nuclear bomb detonates, and we've been seeing that in Iran the last 2 months. So it's very possible that Iran is now afraid, with Trump about to take office, that their nuclear program could be hit by America and Israel. So they may supercharge their nuclear program now and develop warheads and test them and declare themselves a nuclear state right before Trump gets sworn in, or in the early weeks of Trump's administration, because Iran knows the clock is ticking. Trump said himself that Israel should have hit the nuclear sites. He said that last month when Israel was planning their second strike on Iran. He said they should have hit the nuclear sites. Okay, so we know Trump is pro-Israel. He said he's going to release all the weapons that the Biden administration has been refusing to give to Israel, and he wants to hit the nuclear sites, okay? We have 6 B-52 bombers in Qatar that are part of our nuclear triad. They're registered with our nuclear triad, meaning that they're nuclear capable. Okay, we took 6 B-52s out of the 46 B-52s that we have officially for our nuclear triad, and we moved them to Qatar. That is very serious, okay? So Iran could be scrambling now to declare themselves a nuclear state. And Russia recently began producing thermobaric drones to be used alongside decoy drones in Ukraine, which are capable of causing severe damage to civilians, an investigation by the Associated Press revealed on November 16th. The Russian production of thermobaric drones, codenamed Operation False Target, is currently in production in Russia's Alabuga Special Economic Zone in the country's Tatarstan Republic. So Russia is building drones with thermobaric warheads, guys. That is illegal under international law, and also it is very barbaric to the civilian population. And in addition to that, these drones are going to have decoys, which is going to make them very difficult to shoot down, because let's say you have 50 drones flying towards you. Maybe 2 or 3 of those 50 drones have the thermobaric warhead, and the rest are just decoys to make you shoot at them and expend your ammunition, okay? So this is very, very concerning. And here we have the flight path of the U.S. Air Force VIP plane that flew from D.C. to Copenhagen at the NATO headquarters north. Here we have a Norwegian sub-hunter flying towards the Russian Northern Fleet base in Murmansk. And here we have a Russian VIP plane leaving Venezuela. This was last night. And just a couple of days ago, there was a Russian VIP plane that left Cuba. And then here we have a U.S. Navy reconnaissance drone that was loitering in the Persian Gulf and patrolling the coast of Iran. This is also very concerning. It means Iran is up to something, and we're trying to take a look at that. And then we have this P-8 Poseidon sub-hunter that was patrolling the coast of Lebanon and Syria this afternoon. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. Major breaking news, guys. Biden allowing Ukraine to strike Russia with ATACMS. This is absolutely huge. And there will be escalation after this. It's guaranteed. And Russia is also not stupid like Iran. They know that Trump is going to be tougher on them. So Putin is also going to supercharge his agenda, and he's probably going to make some big moves within the next 2 months. Maybe he's going to invade Lithuania and try to create a land bridge to Kaliningrad. Maybe he's going to launch more of these massive strikes on Ukraine before Trump gets in office. We'll have to wait and see, but I do think Putin is getting ready for some big moves, okay? Same with Iran, North Korea, and China. They all want to do everything before Trump takes office. But that's it for now, guys. I might be back later on tonight. If not, check out my 24/7 stream. I have the emergency action messages there from my radio station here at home. And also follow me on Telegram and Twitter. The links to my Telegram and Twitter are in the description below this video. And I post all my updates there. So if you follow me over there, you'll never miss an update. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send out notifications. Check out my Patreon if you want to have direct access to me. If you want to message me and communicate with me, you can join my Patreon. And also, I post my updates on Patreon first before I post them anywhere else, so you'll get first access to my breaking news. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere. And before I continue with the breaking news, I wanted to mention the sponsor for this update, which is My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing their most aggressive discount yet on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewith.nyprepper.com. They've lowered the price of their 3-month food supply from $800 down to $500. 3 months of emergency food for $500. That is a really good deal, and it will last you 25 years because it is freeze dried and it's all packed within 6 rugged water resistant buckets. So you have all that food in a small package. You can store that pretty much anywhere. And you can also take it with you. If you have to bug out, you can throw that in your vehicle easily. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get $300 off the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply, $500 for it. Also, they have free shipping and handling included. In addition to the 3-month supply, they also have a general store. And to get to their general store, you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see the My Patriot Supply logo at the very bottom of the page. You click on that, and it'll take you to their general store, and they have all kinds of discounts. And to get the deals, you got to use my link, preparewithnyprepper.com, and I'll leave the link in the description below this video.